beep, boop, borp, beep, bop, beep.
Beep. Speaking about beeps and such, I'm going to reveal the only reason why I agreed to this. And that's to correct you two on what a floppy disk actually is. That was a very fun detail to bring up in that last little recording, though.
Yes, we got a picture of what we called a very large floppy disk because my Cymbeline stole it, but Skitch has some illumination for the audience.
Oh, just more the fact that more likely than not, it's probably not a floppy disk per se, but probably just a variant of a worm disk, effectively. Which I just love, the fact that these things are called worms, write one, read many, but of course, we should just call it a worm disk with a Y. Nobody will notice except for those that hate it.
So the first time we had a Cymbeline session, it was just one player. Now we have two. Presumably the next time we'll have 3 and then 4, and then by the end of the season there will be 100 Cymbeline showdown. It'll just everyone's squeaking and squawking over each other, just absolute audio chaos.
We're multiplying by mitosis.
So who are these voices that are in the call? If you're listening to the season from episode 1, I guess you know me. I'm Austin Yorsky. Patreon.com/Austin Yorsky is how you support me in the show that's happening right now. And the other voice, Sarah, you've heard once. That's at Cosmignon and various other things. You can introduce yourself. And then there's a third one.
Yeah, I'm Sarah. I'm Cosmignon in most places. I've got a Patreon under the name. I've got a coffee. I do commissions. I have a online store that's like cosmignon.square.site. Just I'm juggling a lot of balls. I'm doing a lot of stuff at once. I am I just wrapped up doing a Kickstarter that got funded, which is pretty exciting. I made little cryptid themed keychains. If I have any left over after fulfilling stuff and going to 1 or 2 art markets in the summer, I'll probably put the rest up on my online shop. So look out for that in August or something.
Mm-hmm. If you like cryptids with eyes for hearts for eyes, then yeah.
Yeah, I heart cryptids, but spelled like an eyeball because it's spooky.
It's spooky but cute.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I am Michael Skitchiano, or just Skitch. You can find me on most places, either Skitch Music, or Skitch Studio. Skitch is the spelling there. Pronouns are they, he. You can also just find me all the time on the Dice Funk Funky Shack Discord server. And in terms of what do I do, mostly just help Austin with audio stuff in the background, often on cast member in the main series, and then other assorted shenanigans as necessary for the podcast. And sometimes sports talker now, I guess, at this point, Austin.
That was a very popular, much talked about episode of Spew Punk, our bonus show, available for only $1 on the patreon.com/Austin Yorsky feed. There's also a variety of other shenanigans we get up to there. Dan and I talked about the new Devil May Cry anime. I guess not new by the time people hear this. And then, of course, Quinn and I talk about everything from Magic the Gathering to who's spitting in her mouth. So that's fun.
See, I'm looking at this Cymbeline drawing from the Fey Child. I'm wondering which one of them is you. I'm guessing you're the one that's driving, aren't you?
I believe I'm I should be the one that's driving based on the colors that I gave last time. I'm a hot pink teal combo Cymbeline. I look like Poppy from the Trolls franchise that DreamWorks has been making. I look like a Furby. Mm-hmm. Both of which are things I have on my computer desk.
So as we said, you're both playing Cymbeline Siblings this week's episode. If you look at the Roll20, you see I have one icon that I usually use when a Cymbeline sibling shows up, but to distinguish them, I have a second one. So why don't you two tell me how you feel about the second icon for the second Cymbeline sibling?
Okay. Well, it's very different. I mean, it's really hard to tell that these two are actually meant to be the same type of creature.
This joke does not work at all in an audio medium unless you explain what I've done.
Well,
I see a very handsome fairy dragon with a fucking 10-gallon hat cowboy hat, like just photoshopped onto it.
Let's be clear here. It's at best a 10-ounce hat, but I suspect it's less than that. Maybe a 10 milliliter hat is what we're gonna call it.
Cymbelines are very small. It's probably smaller than that.
Yeah.
There are two identical icons, but I put a hat on one of them. All right, so you two are playing Fairy Dragons. You both have level 1 sheets. Is there anything you want to tell me about your individual dragons before we start? To the player characters, to Hop and Rex and DiCaprio, you're all interchangeable, but obviously you know who all of you and your family are.
She's very nostalgia pilled right now because of her last heist, with all the nostalgia in her inventory.
Yeah, you took a bunch of strands of pure and code thoughts, nostalgia stuff. I believe it was blue, and I'm sure that's affecting you on levels you don't even understand. You're pining for the fjords now.
Yeah.
As for mine, obviously, like, not gonna disclose like any true names and stuff like that for the time being. So we'll just both be Cymbeline. Not completely. Nothing confusing about that.
Just what's there to be confused about? We're Cymbeline.
Absolutely. Exactly. I was going to say my color scheme was going to probably be more like an iridescent blue. I'm not sure what we got this art from the Fae Child that popped up on the Dicepunk server earlier today. I'm just looking at it, I'm like, I like the color of the one that's in the passenger side of the vehicle here. Is that bluish? I can't tell. Being colorblind is great.
It's blue. It's like blue with like little purple accents. Like all of them have purple accents, but you can be like a blue and purple. Like I'm imagining, like when you say that, like iridescent, like I think of like a bismuth like rock.
Either way, yeah, like iridescent, pearlescent, whatever essence it is needed for him. But yeah, more of a bluish toned. Sort of sibling in the respect here, perhaps not yet aware of the nostalgic horde that my pink brethren has acquired.
Yeah, so the first time we had Sarah play a Cymbeline, you actually didn't get to have any dialogue with anybody because you were just stealing and you kept crushing all your rolls, so you never got caught. I was thinking I was going to have you be confronted by a dwarf of some kind who's going to yell at you, but you just you got in and out completely undetected, so that didn't really work. So I think we're going to start this session with you two. Which horde are you currently burgling? As we in media res here, the one that comes to mind is Doc Hop, who has just all this trash laying all over her mountain, which you could easily just fly over and see. You don't even need to infiltrate, really.
Yeah, I think Doc Hop is a good place to start. She like if Skitch needs a little extra context, she hoards things that have been well loved and are basically trash, but like they have sentimental value, man.
My sort of mind would be like my priority for horde gathering be things that are aesthetic is my main just line of thinking. Just as sort of like corollary to the nostalgic side that we had for last time. It's like, there has to be an aesthetic to what we're getting. It may be trash, but it's aesthetic trash.
It's cool trash.
Exactly.
You are the smartest, Cymbeline. And we are so smart together, Cymbeline. I don't even know if I want to do a voice for Cymbeline, but like but like my first thought was like, hey, I'm walking here for some reason. I don't think I'm gonna do that. But I'm just
this is exactly the point of why we're doing this, is to find out what the Cymbalines are up to off screen, what they're stealing, what mischief they're causing. You got a big disc with all these secrets on it last time, and if you curse me with a terrible accent, I have to do it if your Cymbaline shows up. So this is a great opportunity to make me do that I'm walking here voice.
We're here to just inflict pain on the DM here, just being a little crafty little guys.
We're just
here.
a couple of guys here looking
just
around
a
for
couple
trash.
Of guys.
Hey, Cymbeline, why do you say we both go dig around in this garbage?
Yeah, sounds great, Cymbeline. You lead the way. I'll follow close behind and make sure to get all the good stuff too.
Hell yeah.
Unlistenable. Can I get investigation checks?
Just straight trash. Just
They're calling it
Excellent.
audio poison.
speaking of audio poisoning, I rolled a 17 on my investigation.
And I got an 18.
Oh, they both did really good. I think the Cymbalines have never had a bad roll yet in this entire season. So that's very good. Can you tell me about what kind of trashy items you find in the midst of the goblin encampments around Doc Hop's lair, and also about your sheet? I think Sarah, last time you said that the Cymbeline you're piloting is a level 1 rogue. What about you, Sketch?
A level 1 cleric. I made the choice of going cleric because I was thinking, I'll go trickery domain. And then when I was working out, I'm realizing, wait a minute, I'm using 2024 rules. I don't get my domain till level 3. It's too late. I've made my choice. I'm sticking with it. So, they are very observant, and they're a thaumaturge cleric, so they actually have decent score. Their wisdom score being decent means they're also good at arcana and religion checks. So like, they're smart in a way, but they're mainly in.
This is the deeply Catholic Cymbeline.
Yes, deeply
This
Catholic
Cymbeline has become Catholic.
Yeah, they're into Cymbelinism, so that's why they're into aesthetics things. So things that have a particular symbology to them are
spelled with a C. The symbology.
Yeah, symbology. Yeah, like cool C's and stuff like that. Like the cool S. But that's the kind of angle that my character is probably looking for among anything that is keened by Cymbeline as like worthy of taking.
Okay, you got a 17 and an 18. Tell me what you find in the trash piles, because you're completely successful. And I have to write it down. This is what we're doing here. You're giving me items that I can use to fight Orlando's children.
So my thought about okay, so I'm digging around in the trash, and what's really nostalgic is those stupid year something glasses that you get for New Year's.
Oh, sweet.
And it's just a pair of glasses from one of those years where they're really struggling to make the glasses thing work.
Mm-hmm. It's the year 1111, yeah. So it's just a bunch. So there's no round bits for eyes to look through. It's just a bunch of just lines.
It's one of those shutter glasses, but it's vertical instead of horizontal because it sucks. Mm-hmm. And
what could that possibly do mechanically?
I was thinking about maybe some kind of spotting, those things, those spells or whatever. This you get to see a thing's true form, or you get to see in ultra darkness or something like that. The mechanical benefit is not something I thought through. I was really attached to the idea of bringing up stupid New Year's glasses.
Maybe a certain number of charges, and you can burn a charge to get true sight for a period of time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's they made these because they wanted people to see that the future was great, and then everyone saw that it sucked, and they're like, "Oh man, these are terrible. Get them out of here."
Okay, one of the main player characters is an illusionist who really does not want you to see through her illusions, so that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Perfect. I think for me, kind of in the aesthetics territory, is one of those the Trapper Keepers, one of those designs that let me see here, one of those Trapper Keeper style binders with, I forget the name of the artist that was typically featured on some of those.
We're talking about Lisa Frank.
Yes, Lisa Frank adjacent sort of designs, and on the inside it's just full of paper, but just somebody just drew circles over and over again on every single page just because they were just killing time. So it's just full of scribbles throughout. Is what I was thinking of mainly.
How can I use this to troll Dan?
Okay. You say the troll Dan specifically. I'm okay.
If this trapper keeper can't troll Dan, you need to put it back and get something that can. We're not leaving the store like this.
No. I'm trying to think of like, okay, what is a good angle to go after Dan right now here with?
Get his ass.
Fuck him up.
Well, I'm trying to think of like what is like a main thing that Dan likes to do mechanically that I could kind of fuck around with.
He's kind of like the tank of the group, and he's very like muscle fighting oriented. He's very like breath weapon and claws and tooth and nail because he's not really a spellcaster like the other two.
Right. So what I was thinking of was something like it denies reactions, or does some other like it's one of the things where it limits the amount of actions you can do per turn while you have it. Like, so you just can't do as much as you would want to do. But I'm trying to think if that would be a good thing there.
I'm on the Wikipedia page for the cool S. Remember the cool S that everyone draws on their Trapper Keeper?
Oh, and yes, I know the cool S.
The cool S, also known as the Universal S, the Stussy S, the Super S, the Pointy S, the Graffiti S, is a graffiti sign popular in popular culture and child lore. Do you aware child lore as its own concept? I mean, I guess I understand kids have lore.
Yeah, it's like...
Yes.
Kids just develop and like perpetuate lore that's like just insular to like their playground groups and shit.
I think child lore is an exception to my well-known and infamous opinions on lore, which is it's bad. But kids aren't doing it to fill out a wiki, so it's inherently much better. The exact origin of the cool S is unknown, but it became prevalent around the early 1970s as part of a graffiti culture. We don't know who came up with the cool S. It could be anyone.
Mm-hmm.
It could be the person who filled in this very Trapper Keeper.
It could have been the girl listening to this.
But
you just have to open this Trapper Keeper and look at all the cool S's.
Also, I see on the Wikipedia page classification trademarked in the United States. Just like, hold on.
Who the fuck trademarked the cool S?
How is it even possible? It was only in July 2020, so it was during COVID.
Someone was losing their mind.
Yeah, like someone trademarked it as the S thing. He claims he does not intend to sue people for drawing it. It's just like...
Well, then why did you trademark it?
Everyone is really bored. His sourdough starter was not working. And he's like, fuck it, I'm going to trademark the cool S.
But yes... But I guess the idea of like you're compelled to understand the quote unquote lore of whatever is doodled throughout this thing, and are just unable to do anything else when presented with it, feels like an idea for me at least.
Okay, sorry. This is just going to be a thing now. I'm on the Wikipedia page for kid lore, and another example is the twin mountain drawing. Are you seeing this? A twin mountain drawing is a drawing pattern commonly made by Indonesian kindergarten students. And an example is just two mountains in front of a house. What is this, Indonesian meme? What's happening?
Huh.
We've got you deep into like this is my first contribution is to throw you deep into kid child lore unintentionally, so you know.
Listen, you said this. You could have had anything. You could have found a skateboard. You could have found a missile. You could have found two teddy bears. You chose to find the cool S.
Alternatively, the Japanese heno moheji. The face made of a bunch of Japanese hiragana symbols, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But anyways, yes.
Next time I'll find a weapon. I'll figure something out.
No, okay. So you find what I wrote. You the 1111 glasses, so you can see through DiCaprio's illusions. This isn't why the Cymbalines are gathering it. I'm just foreshadowing. That's how this is going to go down. And you also find a binder full of cool S's, which are so mesmerizing that someone bearing the cool S can't be multi-attacked. No matter what level you're at, you only ever get one attack against someone bearing the cool S.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what are you two talking about? You're sitting in a trash pile. They're like the distant sounds of goblins going about their business. What are you two up to?
I'm pretty sure that mine is like stumbling down the trash heap towards Cymbeline and just being like, "What you got? What you got? What you got? Let me show you what I got." And it's like opening up the book and just flipping through the pages and showing S after S after S after S after S after S.
Yo, that's so cool. You got S's for days.
So many. There's more S's than days in here. How many days are there anyways?
I have
Not
no
enough.
idea.
And I would say, imagine that the two of them are just sort of like flaunting their little finds so far, and then continuing to rummage about without thinking that anyone can notice them the whole time, even if they're talking very loud.
Yeah, you're talking very loudly, and eventually a goblin comes over to investigate. This goblin is wearing, I believe we said, armor made out of Burger King boxes or so forth. It's like wearing a full-on Burger King outfit. Do you recall this, Sarah?
Yeah, they were all finding like old like uniforms from like different like stores you would find in a mall. Like I remember that much because like fucking Gertrude the Djinn had like a fucking Foot Locker outfit on.
Yes, Gertrude is out there somewhere wearing the Foot Locker uniform right now. But this goblin comes over wearing the employee of the month Burger King with the paper crown, and comes over and says, "Hey, I hear weird voices over here. I'm a normal voice kind of guy. I don't put up with that shit."
Weird voices? Okay, we'll be right on it. We'll find where that weird voice is coming from.
Weird
Lickety
voice.
split.
Oh fuck, Cymbeline, we gotta find the weird voice guy.
You're right, Cymbeline. We gotta find the weird voice right away. And they just dive under trash for a moment.
These are going to be the most hated villains in the history of this show. The first time a Cymbeline showed up, I believe Quinn's reaction was, "I am going to show them the beauty of genocide," I think was her quote. And, something like that. And so you two are extremely annoying to these goblins. Fuck it, roll initiative. Two goblins come out. Come chasing after you.
Just, hey, what are you guys doing? We're all working together here. We're gonna find the weird voice guy.
19 for my initiative.
I got a 7.
Okay.
I went too far up. I reminded myself of that stupid video of like two talking like Tom apps or whatever, like yelling at each other at increasingly high pitches.
So the scene is a goblin comes around the corner of a pile of trash, sees you two digging through the garbage, and says like, "Hey, stop, knock it off with your annoying voices. Get out of here." You two offer to find the people with annoying voices, and then it just hard cuts to like a Scooby-Doo chase of two goblins wielding like some kind of mallet or like a big spoon that you'd use to stir pasta. They're just like normal kitchenware stuff, and they're chasing you through the dump. Skitch, your Cymbeline is up first.
Excellent. Well, I think that a simple course of action, just to kind of gauge how tough of dudes these are, is just to throw a little sacred flame their way to see if they if they're tough guys, or if they're little wimps like me. I mean, not like me, but they're a little wimp. So I need a dexterity save.
That's a 10.
They take 3 radiant damage before my Cymbeline like tries to continue to like run and keep distance because they're just a little guy. They're level 1. They have 8 hit points. They're not going to take much from hits from these goblins as they bolt around holding the Trapper Keeper of S's nearby.
So yeah, 3 damage. Is that technically from your breath, or do you have some kind of magic, or is that just you're not? Are you actually religious? Oh, we already said you're the Catholic Cymbeline.
Yes, that is the symbol. Yeah, the symbolism of the sacred flame. Sacred flame spelled with a C for the first letter there. It's just like, basically you do a series of hand gestures, probably some archaic, like, outdated hand gesture, but that just looks cool, and then a sort of like the coolest like appears on one of them and then just bursts into a little puff of flames, effectively.
You're doing that fucking, I never watched Naruto, but the fucking ninjutsu hand gesture thing, just because it looks sick.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the spell casting. You just do it as like a thing, and then you cast the spell afterwards when people aren't looking, kind of deal. And then just moving as fast as they can to get away.
Okay, so the first Cymbeline that you hit with 3 damage of Sacred Flame is going to just grab a random thing and try to hit you with it. Just a whole fish skeleton. Because you're in a dump. That's going to be 2. Does that hit?
My armor class is 15, so no.
Oh, okay. Then it's Sarah's Cymbeline.
All right, I have a weapon mastery with the short bow, so I'm gonna see if this hits. Does a 20 hit this goblin chasing me?
It sure does.
Why do I have really good rolls with my stupid, awful voiced Cymbeline? This would have been really great last season when I was playing a character that had like big stakes attached to Fair.
Your 40 episode character got mangled every single opportunity. Your level 1 Cymbeline's gonna kill God, attack and dethrone God.
Okay, so that's gonna be 5 piercing damage and a thing called Vex. Let's see. Hitting a creature with a short bow and dealing damage, I have advantage on my next attack roll against the creature before the end of my next turn.
Okay, so is your Cymbeline wielding a short bow, or is this a reflavor of something that they do?
So I imagine, like, if this Cymbeline, like, because I can't imagine how to reflavor something with like what I know of fairy dragons. So I imagine they do have like a shitty little a shitty dinky little short bow. Maybe they stole it from someone else's horde. I don't know what it looks like. Maybe it's like. Maybe I stole it from like Viola and it's like a bone short bow.
A short bone, yeah.
Okay, you hit one of the trailing goblins, and then they are going to try to tackle you. 7. Does that hit your armor class?
No, it does not. My armor class is 12.
All right, both of the Cymbalines miss, and we're back to Skitch.
Both the goblins.
The goblins miss. Yeah.
What did I say?
Cymbeline.
Is that Cymbeline?
You're being infected. Run.
Soon everyone will be
be.
Cymbeline.
And when everyone's Cymbeline, no one will be.
Because I'm just a little bitch, I picked up Guiding Bolt as one of my spells. Do I use it now or wait till a better time?
I've just got a very great idea for the Cymbaline's antagonistic plans.
I think what I will do, and actually I just realized, what is the other effect that it does there? Okay, there's no other benefit. There's no other things there. All right, I guess I have 2 spell slots, so I guess I'll use one of them. And the Cymbeline, this time I'm doing basically like a sort of a. See, now I'm thinking of like Jet Set Radio, like doing like a gesture as if I'm like spray painting like a symbol on a wall, and then doing a little finger gun gesture and throwing a guiding bolt at a goblin. This might be overkill, but let's see what happens here. Does a 14 hit their AC?
It sure does.
That's 12 radiant damage then.
All right, lethal or non-lethal?
Non-lethal. But yeah, like it's one of those things where like the Cymbeline like does like a little like a spray paint like tag type thing, point, and it projects right onto the goblin, glowing in light so that it makes them easier to hit. But they just fall on the ground and they look like they've just been knocked out and then spray painted on.
I'm trying to think of another store uniform the other goblin could be wearing. Are there any other stores that have really unique, memorable uniforms?
So you said Burger King. I remember the mall that I used to go to had hot dog on a stick, and
Okay.
they had like really bright yellow, blue, like red uniforms, if I remember right.
Mm-hmm. I do like the idea of just a hot dog outfit, you know?
Wow, this is very bright. Yeah, I googled this. This is searing, but very specific.
Very nostalgic for me. They had hot dog on a stick, and they had fries. That's all I could ask for.
The two true foods, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay, you're being pursued, Sarah. This last goblin is picking up just some unspeakable filth from a pile here and is going to hit you with it.
Right, this is 17.
That hits.
And then that's going to be 3 damage.
All right, yep, lethal or non-lethal?
Non-lethal. Like, I imagine that, like, this is a good... I'm very good at this short bow, but I'm imagining that my arrows are just like cartoon bones, and so I just knock this guy out in the head.
All right, yeah, you clobber these 2 goblins and run off. Where are you going? What are you 2 talking about? What are your plans for the day?
Just, I cannot believe that they did not even let us look for the weird voice guy. Now they'll never get our help.
That's the last time we offer our help to those ungrateful guards, but we got our goods. Let's get going.
Yeah, we got more stops to hit.
You run out of the dump on Doc Hop's mountain and back to the waiting Chevy Impala with a third Cymbeline in it. You'll recall you found this because when you went to Enobarbus's and you retrieved that giant disc with all of the stored information about the ancient dragon hordes from before the apocalypse. And that's how we ended that episode, is you speeding away in a lowrider. So this is your getaway vehicle now. I don't know what happened to our medieval fantasy podcast, but whatever. It's too late.
We got our getaway vehicle. We got a getaway driver. Hey, look at this. We got fucking cool glasses and a cool book. Now we gotta head off to our next place. I picked this one. Cymbeline, why don't you pick?
Howdy, y'all! I'm Cousin Cymbeline from the Deep South.
We're gonna make the worst combination of voices.
It's like, okay. So let's see here. We got info. We got glasses. We got a book. We got a car. It's hard to think of what much else we would need around here for now. Part of me wants to get some drive-through, like food or otherwise, but...
I know someone that has a lot of food. We could steal from him. We could get some food from his place. We could chow down.
I might have to see the menu before I partake, but we can just head over there. We could do a little bit of horde dashing right here,
Yeah, I think if we want to go to, if we want to like, Andronicus just has like food, but like that sounds like the obvious place to go. I think he's hoarding he's also got like cooking utensils and stuff like in his hoard, right?
Sure. I think if you could drive over to Andronicus's mesa, you will find it pretty difficult to explore. It is a kind of like featureless butte out on the prairie here, and it is notably locked up tight. When we had the Ark here, they opened it up to people so that they could look through the larder. But you could roll something. But I'm just saying, you roll up in your Chevy Impala, you jump out, and you were just looking at this kind of very flat-topped mountain, and it doesn't seem like there's an obvious way in.
Oh, now see, I heard from Cymbeline that this place was crawling with food. But I guess we got to figure out the long way in.
That's right. Well, Well, that will make the food taste better when we get in there, Cymbeline. So I don't have a huge problem with that, but we just got to find an angle to to dig, to crack, to scrounge, to burrow. I should have gotten like a cool ass shovel or something like that back then. Oh,
I was just thinking, cool ass shovel.
Yes.
Alas.
That's a shame. I'm trying to think of like ways to sort of evaluate the space to kind of penetrate in, for the, but also just trying to think of like other routes, because like I'm just here thinking like, okay, how to mess with the main party is one angle to go off of, but also to like think about complementing our horde we have so far.
I think it was like Andronicus like had like opened it up himself, so like whatever that opening is, like it's probably hidden and like locked or something, because like it's just a featureless mesa. And like we would have to find somewhere to we would either like figure out how to get to that opening, or like go down the side of the mesa and like go in through like a secret crevice or something that could get us inside from like, instead of the top down, it's like the side.
Part of me is thinking, like, what is the crazy taxi solution to this problem here? Is there a ramp we could drive off of, like a billboard for Tower Records, and then just crashing through into the horde?
You want to roll acrobatics to do stunts? Is that what you're saying?
Maybe.
Can we do a 6 stunt? We could try to do a 6 stunt roll.
You botch, you crash the car and die, and then you just move to 2 other Cymbeline, so we just jump around.
All right, let's see here. I'll put guidance on you before we try this. So Cymbeline will get a bonus D4 to acrobatics check to the next one. So the next acrobatics check they make. So there you go.
Okay, that got me up to 12, and then I added a 4, so I got a 16.
So Cymbeline got a 16. I am going to be a little bitch and use one of my background features actually for this check here. Because my background is way far, and that gives me the lucky feat, which means I have a luck point I can spend to just give myself advantage on this roll. Just to avoid the chance of completely botching it up there. And I have a 19 on that.
Okay, a 19 and a 16. The Cymbalines do 6 stunts in their car on Andronicus's mesa. That doesn't help you locate a secret entrance, but you do such gnarly moves. You accumulate so many Tony Hawk points that eventually you draw some attention, and a couple of Aasimar come out to see what the hell's going on here. Aasimar are very human looking at first glance. As you get closer, you see they have some ethereal features. Their eyes and skin and hair are just a little different. We discussed them previously, but 2 of them, I think they were probably wearing aprons that covered in flour. They were just baking something inside the mesa, and at the roar of your 60s engine, they come out and they say, "What the hell is going on out here?"
I would imagine that we were basically doing like a classic move from Crazy Tony, pro taxi driver, where you're just doing like a rail grind around the edge of the thing, just building up combo points all the way, you know.
Just leaning out of the Impala, yelling, "Hey, where's the drive-through?"
You fairy dragons need to get the heck out of here. This is quite unprofessional.
What is it like? This lack of service is pretty unprofessional, in my opinion.
Why do you think you all could just come around and start demanding things? You're very rude.
Because we're hungry and we want to eat.
Yeah, well, I want my own restaurant, and I'm just kicking someone's door and just make myself a home. Just fire up the grill.
Why not?
That sounds like a good idea.
Do it.
Do it.
Okay, persuasion to change this guy's life forever.
That's not gonna work. That's just a 4 for me. What about you, Cymbeline? Are you more persuasive than I am?
I am only one more persuasive than you are. I am a 5.
All right.
All
Excellent.
right, you get a 5 and a 4. I'm trying to think what spells these Asmar would have. I mean, they're very fire-based. They're always cooking. So they're going to firebolt the tires on your Impala. Let's see here. 13. That
What's
hits...
That hits me.
That hits you. Okay. So we take out to one tire on the car, and they say, "Get out of here."
I'd like to think that the Impala just like does like a barrel roll sideways, like off into the distance, away after the tire explodes,
It's very cinematic.
and it just keeps tumbling. It's like a tumbleweed, but it's just like a tumble Impala.
I just imagining like ragdoll Cymbalines, but they're fine when they hit the bottom.
Oh man, I can't believe we got the Havoc engine installed into Dice Funk finally. Let's go.
Okay, so they pop one of the tires on your Impala. Do you leave, or do you persist in bothering these Aasimar?
I'm gonna turn to Cymbeline, my friend Cymbeline, my family, my compadre.
Yeah.
Go, how hungry are we?
I don't know. I'm pretty hungry, but I don't know if I'm hungry enough to. I don't think I'm hungry enough to start a fight over it. I just want to, get a little nibble of something and then just scoot, like some crackers, some croutons, some other C word foods that are good to have,
Custard.
Carnitas. Just like
Cheese.
calzones. I like to imagine that they're still like within distance to be the Asmars are still hearing them talking about all the foods they'd want to have, while now directly heckling them. They're not doing like the rail grind anymore, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Do the Cymbalines all have head trauma?
Maybe after the incident.
These two
then.
maybe are on like a fucked up wavelength. It's really funny. We just have like a normal person driving our car. It's a Cymbeline, but like they're just like, oh my god, this fucking guy.
Cousin Cymbaline's not with these guys.
Cousin Cymbeline is just like, oh man, those are classic radial tires. We can't just pick up it's gonna mess up the look of it. The sidewall's all fucked up. Meanwhile, like my Cymbeline is probably hopped off to the side and using mending to patch the tire up.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Cymbeline, I got an idea.
What you got?
I'm gonna lean over conspiratorially to the two of you, my friends, my family, my Cymbeline.
Yeah.
What if we go somewhere else? Maybe get something else to maybe bring back, and then persuade these guys to get us some cheese and crackers on a plate.
Proposing a trade, huh?
I'm proposing a little bit of a intimidation. I'm proposing we go get a weapon.
Well, we can either intimidate them with it or trade them with it. It's like
Whatever comes first.
Maybe we'll find a cannon or something, or a trebuchet.
Oh, I haven't seen a good trebuchet in ages.
Where you never know where you can get a good trebuchet these days.
So true, bestie.
It's only been one season. I think we had a trebuchet last season.
These two don't know where to find a good trebuchet, though.
That was meta trebuchet commentary.
Uh-huh.
So my out of character, I'm suggesting maybe we go steal some something with a bit more firepower instead of just some stupid stuff, and come back here and either we make a trade or we do another fight.
But who would have something worth taking like that?
Let's see. We've got our options. We've got See, I took something from Enobarbus and Sycorax. We just took some things from Hop.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, our other options are we could take something from there's the options are like something cursed, something perfect, something beautiful, something power related, like kings and stuff, something bones related, or something like celebrity memorabilia, or there's like Orlando's Hoard, which is animals, but I can't think of why I would want to steal an animal.
Well, see, now I'm just thinking about like the Burger King stuff earlier. It's just like, maybe we could become the manager, and then we can order them around that way. That's how that works, right? We just get a promotion.
Oh yeah, I think if we get a promotion, we could probably boss them around. That sounds like a good idea. Maybe we need to be more higher up in the ranks than them.
I'm sorry, I think about the stupidest line of logic here, Austin. Okay. I'm thinking very much impulse, like bad impulse control territory with these two here. I would say either that or just something with bones. You know?
Yeah. So either like stealing something from Rex's hoard or something from Viola's hoard.
Maybe we can say that we give them bones to make soup out of.
You do make a soup with bones. I know that much.
Yeah. Maybe we can make soup with the bone if they won't take it from us, so that would also work.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go get some bones.
Okay, so the hungry Cymbalines leave Andronicus's mesa, and I guess at some point you're going to stop because it's a very large mountain range. It takes a while. You have to repair your flat tire. So you get out of the car to cast Mending on it. Sketch, like you said. Can I get perception checks from the Cymbalines?
You sure can. That is a 15 from me.
Perception check. 17.
15 to 17 both succeed. While you are fixing the tire, you both notice that you're being watched.
I waved whoever is watching us.
Yeah, like on a ridge in the middle distance, you see like you feel eyes on you, and you kind of squint and you can make out some shapes, and you wave at them, and they all duck down.
Come on. Hey, you want to do donuts? You want to do donuts with us?
We just fixed the tire.
Yep, you call out to the figures, and if you if you just keep yelling and don't try to do anything else, I think eventually they're going to come out and make themselves known. There is a man and a woman, both extremely bundled up. They're both wearing, it looks like they've both killed a bear and are wearing that much fur around them. It's kind of preposterous in the not on the mountain peak where you are, but it's pretty clear that they are both fiends in some way. They both have like very angular, conventionally attractive features, but they are drowning in coat.
Wow, you two look really warm.
We're used to it. Hey, are you the Cymbalines?
Yeah, we're the Cymbalines.
Who's
We're
asking?
Cymbalining all over the place.
Yeah.
The two people confer amongst themselves for a second there, and then the man kind of steps forward, almost striking what he thinks is some kind of imposing pose, and he says, "I need the true name of the Cymbeline who stole from DiCaprio Devereaux."
Well, now that's just impolite. You don't ask about a true name, buddy. I know fucking snitch.
Listen, we're gonna get this from you one way or the other. You're both very small, so you might as well give it up right now.
I think I'm good. I'm gonna like look over to Cymbeline.
Mm-hmm.
Like what? Hey, Cymbeline, what do you think of this guy?
like crossing of arms, just looking out at these like much taller individuals and being like, listen, you two, we are not snitches. And I don't care what you threaten to do to us. We ain't gonna say nothing unless you, at the very least, have something to exchange for other than just, threats and everything else. I'm gonna go back to my book now. And just sort of flipping through like the binder. Like, ooh.
The two people confer amongst themselves briefly again, and then the woman steps up and says, well, we would never threaten you. We're not uncouth. As magical and as clever as you clearly are, I'm sure we could come to some kind of arrangement.
Well, that is true. We are very magical, very clever. If you've...
And may I say, be radiant, beautiful colors.
Oh, thank you. I grew them myself.
Yeah, you have the look of a star. Do you have an agent?
I don't have an agent. I've got a Cymbeline back at home, but like I ain't got nobody representing old Cymbeline here.
Well, I think we could probably do something with your whole look. We could get you we get you on the stage.
Cymbeline, however, just the sound of someone just deciding on the spot. Like, have I ever told you I've always wanted to be on the stage?
Wait a minute, though. How much of this would you be able to... Actually, here's a question. Can I roll insight on this?
Absolutely.
It's just like, wait a minute. Are these two even trustworthy here? That would be a 19.
Wow, that's very good. Yeah. So this is an incubus and a succubus, which are fiendish creatures which feed on the flaws of mortals. You're probably familiar with the kinds that feed on lust, but there have been other ones in our seasons. These two obviously feed on pride by making you feel really good and special and cool and powerful and big and strong. So that's their technique to get what they want.
Hey, Cymbeline?
Yeah, Cymbeline?
Cymbeline, come over here. Just bring Mama here. Let's confer here on the side.
All right.
I think they're just trying to appeal to our glorious sense of pride and such like that. I don't know if they're necessarily sincere in the offer they're making. We might want to engage in either some other form of negotiation or come up with an exit strategy post-haste in order to escape the situation with either our lives, our dignity, or both, is what I would suggest here.
So you mean they weren't actually being sincere when they complimented my very nice scales?
What they said was true, but perhaps that might have been incidental and not intentional.
Oh, that's fucked up. Yeah, we gotta go.
And may I say, your vehicle is so powerful looking. It's very sleek and fuel efficient, it looks like.
This baby can drive for miles.
You want to see?
Well, yeah, we definitely would love to take a drive in your powerful machine after you give us the true name of the Cymbeline who stole from DiCaprio Devereaux. It's very important to us.
I'm trying to do like a cool car-related trick to do to try to get a getaway from here and engage in a chase with them trying to run after us while we're driving. I don't know why, but I'm getting very much like Tank Girl energy from the shenanigans we're doing here. But yeah, like I mean, it's sort of like Cymbeline has sort of clued into like, that like this is some sort of scam, effectively, or it feels that way at least. It feels like there's a confidence game being run here, and they don't like it. They just want to get going here. So it's almost like I would imagine Cymbeline just sort of like backing up trap keeper in hand, being like, well, I suppose what I meant to say is, floor it! It's just sort of like trying to either run them over or just run away in the car.
I assume neither of you have vehicle proficiency.
I don't think so, no.
No.
Okay, I guess raw d20s to floor it.
Raw D20, let's go, baby.
All right.
That's a 4.
That's an 18.
Okay, so Sarah Cymbeline doesn't help, turns on the windshield wipers, but Sketches, you do successfully hit the turbo and blast off. You'd need a 20 to run one of them over, but with 18, they will jump out of the way as you zoom off into the distance in the direction of Viola's lair, the Puce Dragon. So you leave these two people behind, you can hear them yelling and running after you. But they cannot keep up on foot. I mean, they can fly, but even then, not as fast as a 68 Chevy Impala.
Well, this isn't good. It seems like somebody's trying to find out some true names among us, Cymbeline. We can't let that happen. That would just be the worst.
I can't believe they almost got me with my awesome charms and super smarts. I should have seen that coming.
Don't worry. Don't worry. That's why we make a great team. You know, you got the looks, and I got the book.
You do got the book. You've got it right there in your hands.
Unhelpfully reading while driving, a known good pastime to have.
They would have combo attacked you, but you had the cool S, and they couldn't bear it.
Mm-hmm.
It was too cool.
Listen, you know, I do like the idea of like child lore being a very big thing with Cymbelines for some reason. It just feels appropriate because they're so small, and we're treating them almost like Kender, but like more chaotic than that.
Cymbelines know all the patty cake hand rhymes and the jump rope songs and the weird shit that kids talk about. Mm-hmm. Cymbelines knows that if you just look hard enough, Mew will be under the truck.
All right, so you all arrive at Viola's lair. This is actually the lowest mountain in the whole mountain range. This is where a lot of like water ends up pooling as it comes down out of the various slopes and rivers and so forth. It's barely a mountain at all, and in the center of it there is an alpine lake, a very clear blue water source that runs into a bunch of different rivers around. Before you even get close, you can smell this place because Viola is a vulture. That is her lifestyle, and her place is covered in various corpses in states of decay. It's pretty yucky.
Oh, yucky. Uh-oh.
I'm looking at okay, I have thaumaturgy. No, I don't have prestidigitation, so I can't clean things up and make them smell less yucky. All right, so I guess we're trying to think here. We're trying to find maybe bones or maybe something that would be worthy of offering up to cooks to make it easier for them to make something that hopefully isn't just a straight up biohazard in the kitchen.
As you follow the streams up to the lair itself, you see there are every 100 yards or so, there is some kind of body which has been weighed down in the shallow water. This is a technique called maceration, where basically the flesh and muscle is being stripped from the bones to prepare them for whatever Viola is using them for.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm looking for something that's a big, powerful, bone from something that would be meaty, and strong. I don't. Does she also collect fossils, or am I misremembering something she said?
She collects a bunch of different stuff in this wheelhouse. So I think fossils is probably close enough. I know fossils are technically when the calcium and bones are replaced by rock of some sort. So it's not exactly a bone. But she mentioned she has like insect carapaces that are shed, probably snake skins that are shed. The hobby has a wide variety of expressions.
Hmm.
Um, I guess, okay, so on that note, it's like, the question is, as we get closer, do the bodies get fresher or more decayed?
I think probably the closer you get to the main water source, the stronger the flow of the rivers out, which probably is being used on larger corpses. So yeah, the closer you get to the center, the grosser and bigger.
But does that mean fresher?
I mean, I don't. I think the freshness is relatively random because you put them where they need to go for the strength of the water flow, regardless.
Right. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I guess that's the main thing we're looking for is like what would be suitable for like culinary related things. In the scavenging in the worst possible location for such things, but
Like my mind palace keeps going to like something that you could use as like either like a big staff, like to hit something with, or maybe like as a like something you could use like a wizard staff, but like it's a big like bone of some kind, or maybe it has like maybe it has one of those cool like amber insects or like lizards stuck in amber, but it's like attached to like something else propping it up so it can be like a staff of some kind. That's where my head is. Something like cool like a high level necromancer would be wielding.
right, like a staff made out of like a spine or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Inadvertently pick up like a magic item like that and be like, put this in your soup.
Yeah, can you roll survival for me to scavenge silt is the word I was looking for?
Certainly. I will give Cymbeline another guidance in our attempt to find this here. So you can roll. Well, it's not going to do much. It looks like, Cymbeline might have rolled a 4, but Cymbeline rolled a nat 24.
All right, so the two of you get out of the car and start looking around for bones, either to make soup out of or to trade back at Andronicus's. And with a crit, I think you find the spinal column of a very magical creature, which Viola is drying out to make into a spellcasting focus. She is a necromancer. I think a magical creature that would make a great staff is a hag.
I don't think that's how you make haggis, unfortunately, but it should still work pretty well for our purposes here.
Yeah, so it is gnarled and bent. Have you ever seen like a hag, the D&D creature? They're like a stooped Baba Yaga-esque kind of fey creature, and so it has this kind of not gnarled look to it, but it's clearly thrumming with necromantic power. So you can have that, I guess, a +1 spellcasting focus.
Sure. Like, just shaking around in the air a bit. It's like, ooh, this feels powerful and tasty.
Oh, that's a beautiful combo.
Uh-huh.
You look very cool wielding it.
And strikes a pose with the staff. A few too many poses, perhaps. Maybe lingering too long and getting caught in the process.
Yeah, with the crit, that's what you find a powerful magic item. Is you all want to do anything else here or talk about anything?
So, how are we feeling about the trade?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, we'll see. We'll see when we get there. I'm thinking about what could a sibling stolen to make somebody want to know sibling's true name, though.
I don't know. I hear a lot of things through the grapevines about dragons getting all pissy. But it's like, whatever. It's all out there anyways. Just why not,
Yeah.
That Cymbeline must have been justified.
I mean, of course they're justified, but I'm just curious about what's making people this paranoid about us. We're just taking stuff, Who cares?
It's just stuff.
It's just
It's
stuff.
awesome stuff, but it's things.
Oh, let me see here. I got to get back to this page 57. Oh, that's another nice S. 58, another S. And then just sort of like thinking about what might be the context, but not perhaps really thinking deep about it. As they ponder about here. But I will look over at our Impala and the disc that is in there and be like, do you know what's on that thing?
I think it's like I think it's got like stuff in it. Like I just saw that it was real big and shiny. So like I definitely needed to take that. If I could like take another look-see at like opening it up. Like I think there's something juicy in there. I just can't.
I mean, if we can't get something to eat, at least maybe we can figure out a way to make that thing work and get something off of it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
While you two are talking on the muddy banks here, can I get perception checks?
Of course.
Oh, more perception.
We stumble around, talk about our own shenanigans, and then get in trouble. That's a 13.
Oh, that's a botch. That's a 3.
Yep, that's a botch. So you two are standing there talking. Cymbeline can, twirl your spinal cord staff around a little bit.
Do some guitar licks on it. Yeah.
Air guitar. You don't notice that from every direction basically around you, very slowly shambling are waves of zombies coming to greet the intruders. The botch is that one was buried in the muddy silt of this river and grabs your ankle, Cymbeline. You know which one I mean, the botching one.
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit, I'm Cymbeline.
Oh, shit, you're Cymbeline. Oh, no.
Yep, it grabs your ankle, so you have disadvantage on initiative, which is what we're rolling now.
Fuck.
All right, that's an 11 for me.
One, and then another one.
Yep. Oh, gosh.
So my initiative is 10.
Oh, okay. Even with disadvantage, you win initiative. You are faster because you have wings and you're a sprightly little guy. And what you see around you, there in your basic vicinity, there are 6 zombies, like half kobold and half goblin here. They're trudging towards you in various states of decay, missing an arm here, a leg here, crawling on the ground. Many of them missing half their skin and so forth, and they're just moaning, grumbling, and coming towards you. Once again, Skitch, Cymbeline, you win initiative.
In this case here, I think the first move would be to point the bone staff at the Cymbeline grabbing zombie that has the ankle grab there, and use Sacred Flame on them. So they need to make a DC 15 dex save. Actually, it's a +1 implement. So let's see here.
12.
That will be not enough, and that'll be 3 total damage, radiant damage to it, as I roll pretty low on the damage.
Yeah, pretty low, but yeah, you zap it, and the zombie obviously it burns a bunch of its flesh off, and it kind of twists, trying to pull itself up, but it is stuck in the mud bank, and it is Cymbeline's turn. I bet this isn't a completely crazy making audio experience. Mm-hmm. After this episode, the word Cymbeline simply sounds like fucking gibberish.
Cymbeline, 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 Cymbeline.
Yeah.
Let's see. I guess cause I've got mastery with the short bow, so there's not really a point in using my daggers, and like I'm not really a Euphoria breath weapon doesn't really do anything. I would assume for zombies because they're just guys that are dead. So let's just try to arrow whoever I can.
23 hits.
That was a 23. I'll just hit whoever. I'll hit the guy who also like grabbed my leg. Let's just fucking gang up on them. 11.
Yep, you kill. So there are 6 zombies around you. There are basically infinite waves of them. Every small folk who dies in the Cookie Mountains ends up here, essentially. But from this first wave, you kill 1 of 6 by just shooting an arrow, or it's like you said, it was like a big bone through its head and pinning it to the ground. There are 5 more, so we're gonna get 3 attacks on Cymbeline and 2 attacks on Cymbeline.
Okay.
10 and 16, Sketch.
16 will hit.
All right, and for Sarah, 12, 12, 3.
Both the 12s hit.
All right. Sketch takes 3, and Sarah takes 5 as they start grabbing onto you and biting you. You're pretty small.
Yep.
Oh, we're so small.
Small.
That's no good.
That's no good.
You're surrounded, and you see back at the Impala, several zombies are surrounding it and menacing cousin Cymbeline.
No, not cousin Cymbeline. We've been through so much together.
We shared so many funny voices with each other.
I'm the normal one! Help!
Oh no, he doesn't know that the normies are the ones that usually die in zombie flicks.
Oh no.
Yeah, like my problem is I only have single target things I can do, so I can take out one of them with a guiding bolt, but not much more than that. So I don't have many other resources on hand, unfortunately. Though I wonder what the euphoric breath weapon would do.
Yeah, because like that's like a cone or something, right? That's like the one AO3. AO3.
AO3. Yeah.
It's gonna do Sherlock and Watson shipping here.
Who doesn't feel euphoria when they go and read their favorite fanfic?
Is that what the euphoric breath weapon is? You just break out a fanfic you really like and start reading it really loud at everyone? Yeah, we're just gonna. I'm sitting here thinking like we have player me. It's just like shit. They have action economy over us. There's no way we can survive this, kind of thing here. So it's a matter of just like run and gun type of territory. So I feel compelled to use my last spell slot of the day on another guiding bolt to take out another one of the zombies to give us a pathway to get back to the car.
Whoa, 20 hits and looks like 13 damage. You vaporize another one.
Yeah. And then at the same time trying to help Cymbeline get back to the car while brandishing the bone staff at the zombies.
All right, as Cymbeline, I think that like if we're making a dash to the car to try to get the fuck out of here, like if there was like a zombie like menacing cousin Cymbeline, I'm gonna try to hit that one.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I think you're gonna want to attack all of them unless you want to take 4 opportunity attacks. So.
Nah, I'm not trying to take opportunity attacks. I'm just trying to hit whoever I can. 16.
16 hits.
And we got 9.
Ooh, yeah. You blast another one, its arm clean off with your bow. That one isn't dead, but it's very, very, very close. Now there are 4 left, so they're going to attack 2 apiece. That's going to be 0 and 1. Negative 1. That's a botch. Okay, so I think with that, Sarah, that botch means you could finish that one off. And then let's see to attack Sketch. 4 and 15.
15 hits on the nose.
All right, so you're going to take 3 damage as one gets a bite on you.
Oof.
But Sarah, you dodge yours, and you can finish it off as we go back to Sketch. There's 3 zombies left.
All right, I'm gonna aim for the one that looks the weakest of them, and then just make it do a dex saving throw versus Sacred Flame.
11.
That's not gonna do it. That's gonna take 6 radiant damage with the bone staff.
All right, you blast another one. It is on fire with holy radiance, and Sarah, it's your turn.
All right. I'm gonna try to spread this out. So like if one's on fire, I'll try to hit another one. Hope maybe I can just. Oh no, that's a 9. I don't think that would hit.
9's gonna miss. Are you holding the bone staff? Because it's like a human-sized staff in your bottom claws, like your feet, and you're just like hovering in the air. Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, holding it like upright, like a big little mantle. They're just sort of like, and then there's like a pair of eyes on it for some inexplicable reason, and they glow when Sacred Flame or anything else is cast from it.
All right, Skitch, zombie attacks 10. That's going to miss. And Sarah, 2 and 1.
Oh, we're going to make it, Cymbeline.
All right, another volley. Next one. Roll your dex saving throw.
7. That's going to fail.
That is 9 radiant damage.
All right, you immolate another one with the hag's spine.
And then Cymbeline goes to hit one. Does 13 hit?
13 hits.
And then does the sneak attack actually apply if like we're like this is like a horde of like zombies, so like they're all the same enemy? Because like I have advantage because of the Vex, but that was like for the guy that I first shot. Like
I think sneak attack works because there's an adjacent ally, so it's all fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So 8 damage.
You two are trying to fight your way back to the car. There's zombies all around you. They're slashing and you're biting. You're blasting. It's a melee. It's pretty intense. There's 2 left. Here's one for Skitch, 16, and here's one for Sarah, 7.
That does not hit.
2 to Skitch.
That puts me down to 0 exactly.
Whoa, okay. This is coming down to the wire. This is intense. Sarah, there's 2 zombies left.
Fuck.
You just put a bone arrow through, and the other one is knocked your sibling to the ground. What do you do?
I'm gonna try to hit the one that's like that I already hit to like hopefully get one like down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was
13 hits.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Then damage 7.
Yep, you blow that one's head clean off. There's one left, and it is mauling Cymbeline.
Oh God, I like can I like try to like drag? Can I like try to grab Cymbeline and like get him away from this other guy?
So technically, it is now death saving throw time.
Yeah, let's do it. Natural 20. Let's go.
Hey! Cymbalines can never die.
Make that dex saving throw, motherfucker.
I don't like setting the precedent that Cymbalines can never die. That feels OP for the rest of the campaign.
Listen, I also know the rule that if you get the death saving throw, it's at the start of your turn, so you get your entire turn with 1 hit point.
9.
That's not gonna do it. That's gonna be 6 radiant damage there.
Okay, so the zombie tackles you to the ground. Cymbeline opens up its decaying, nasty jaws. This is a goblin. It looks probably like the grandfather of the goblin who was chasing you through Hop's dump at the beginning of the episode. And as it goes to clamp down on you, you put a holy fire inside of its mouth and just erase its teeth. Just vaporize half of its head. It still is alive, technically. Sarah.
All right, I'm gonna hit this guy. 19.
That hits.
And then that's 12 damage.
All right, paint me a picture. You win this fight.
All right, I see Cymbeline go down. I see the zombie trying to maul him, and then as he like gets back up and shoots like fire through this guy with the sick ass like spine like staff that he got, I like come in from behind and like shoot an arrow like into this zombie like from the other side. So it's just like a fucking scanner's head explosion.
All right, yeah, you have cleared the remaining zombies. You two can look around you and see there are still, dozens coming from every direction. This is their house. These are the small folk of Viola's lair. So you only have a moment's reprieve before the next wave's on you.
Let's scoot. Let's get out of here.
Let's fucking floor it. Oh my Jiminy Christmas.
I guess raw d20s to floor it.
Oh gosh, here we go again. 11.
4. We're gonna die here. Cymbelines never live.
Cymbelines never live. All right, you try to peel out, and the soil is so wet and muddy that it takes us almost too long. The zombies get dangerously close to your car. But with an 11 above average, you are able to start rolling before they jump in. You have to knock a couple of them down to get out of the way. As you make your escape, you're rolling out. All of you are. Panting hard, nervous system shot with adrenaline. One of you on death's door. How are you reacting?
Using the bone staff to press on the accelerator while they use their other claw to try to steer at the same time.
Oh my god.
Just
sit. I'm not gonna lie, Cymbeline's a little shaky from that one.
This is House of the Dead overkill, just like aesthetics going on here. But yeah, unfortunately mending does not work with wounds yet. We'll have to fix that some other time.
Just I think we can think we can think we should probably vamoose on back home when we still can, so that we can get you a nice big band-aid to put on your face there, Cymbeline.
Aw, can it be a band-aid with like ducks on it or something?
Yeah, ducks.
Let's go. Duck bandages. It's almost worth it. It's like, I'm going to intentionally injure myself so I get a lollipop from the doctor when I go there type of energy. There's other ways to get candy, kid. You don't need to hurt yourself. That ain't gonna stop me.
That ain't gonna stop me, boss.
So your getaway vehicle is splattered in mud and covered in zombie claw marks. Can I get Constitution saving throws for a reason which will become stupidly clear in a moment?
Constitution.
Well, I got a 2.
I got a 10.
So with an average, I will say this wasn't actually for your Cymbeline, it was for the car, which, while it does presumably run on some kind of magic crystal, because this is the Dungeons and Dragons universe, you have not been keeping up on the maintenance for it, and your car eventually does come to a sputtering stop somewhere in a valley that you don't recognize, and you're lost in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, shit.
It might take me a while to repair things here, but we might have to, can we make a tent out of that disc back there?
You can, lean it up against the Impala.
No, we can use we can use this bone staff to lean it against, to keep it upright. That'll make it a little lean-to,
Oh.
Yeah.
See, that's why you're the thinker.
That's why I'm the thinker. Anyway. I think the goal would be to fashion up some means to camp out here using the Impala, the big disc, and the bone staff to make some sort of makeshift tent system here.
Okay. If that's what you all want to do, I guess roll survival.
Okay.
It's like if we're stuck somewhere and we don't know where we are, we gotta
That's a
no
16.
The worm disc falls on me and I die.
Oh no, the other Cymbeline rolled a botch.
You
I
botched
did roll
again.
a botch.
What a perfect way to end this episode. Cymbalines never die except for when they do. So your car breaks down in the middle of the mountain range. The three of you kind of scratched up, beaten, bitten, bloody, trying to fix the car, maybe set up a little tent or something. You don't know where you are. And then you hear crunching twigs underfoot as two shockingly handsome people come out of the darkness, their eyes burning like coals. They are both completely covered in big puffy jackets that obscure their bodies. You have no idea what they actually look like physically. You presume stereotypically attractive, but they could also be Snorlax under there. You don't know. And they are both smiling ear to ear, and one of them steps forward and says, "Aw, are you lost?"
I was just like replying, "I know you are, but what am I?" To that would be a very bad idea, I think. But that feels very appropriate for how much of a little bitch these three are.
Uh-huh.
You all are so smart, and you've been all over, and you have so many magic items. How would you get lost? It doesn't seem like you. You have a reputation as being impossible to pin down, and so clever and so quick.
Well, you see, when I took the Impala, I didn't check the dashboard if they had like a map in there of the Cookie Mountains. So like we might be all over the place, but this is a place that we ain't been all over yet.
No one had been all over it back when this machine was made. One of them strikes a pose on the hood of your car.
I try to buff out like any marks on the paint that might be caused by them standing on the hood there.
Surely someone as smart and as adorable as you realizes the predicament you're in.
And what does it have to do with you stating absolutely true factual information things?
Well, we could help you. We just need the true name of the Cymbeline who robbed DiCaprio Devereaux, and then we can help you get home.
Oh no!
We can even give you something else for your little collection.
Huddle.
It's like accidentally bringing the other people into the huddle. It's just like all five of them are in the huddle. There, it's like I don't think we could tell. I don't think we can. I don't think we can say the true name. That would just be, that'd be like, property doesn't actually exist and everything is, ours and everything like that. But we can't just give out a true name just like that, right?
Like I don't think so. It have to be. I mean, like it's got to be something that like would be worth like something that's like such a high breach of like privacy. It's one of us. It's a Cymbeline. It's a true name. Like I don't know I don't know what would make me do that.
You're right. It would have to be something worth betraying your family in the most sincere, depraved manner possible. But anything other than that, it wouldn't be worth it.
No.
I have half a Snickers bar.
Oh fuck! We are really hungry.
The succubus is holding the candy bar, and the incubus says, "Also, our leader, Lady Falconbridge, doesn't assume her dragon form very often. She doesn't need to show off, so she thinks that this might actually be more useful in your hands." And the incubus rustles inside of his giant coat for an extremely uncomfortable long time. There are like, 10 layers of pockets inside there. It's like, wrestling a sleeping bag out of out of another sleeping bag. It's a whole ordeal.
I'm just picturing you, Austin, doing some Foley of like just rustling through pockets for like 30 seconds to a minute straight with no dialogue, just to really drive home how uncomfortable this digging through pocket sequence is.
It's going on for so long.
Yeah, if this episode wasn't already extremely difficult to listen to with all the voices, I would definitely do that. And then the incubus pulls out a globe. It's like big enough to fit in his hand. It seems like it's some kind of glass globe, glowing with magical energy. It appears to be green, and it also has what appears to be a figure of a dragon wrapped around the globe, as if like holding it tight to its bosom.
Let me hold that thing.
The incubus hands Cymbeline the orb.
I'm thinking here. Can we paint it? Can we paint some neon colors on it, though?
Can we put some puffy stickers on it?
Scratch and sniff stickers, huh?
Oh, scratch and sniff. You know just what to say, Cymbeline.
Okay. It might be betraying some central causes of our community, but I think we might have a deal.
Toss the Snickers directly into his mouth. He just got a big boo-boo.
It's really about the Snickers. It's not the orb that can control and kill dragons.
To have the Snickers bar that's like more than half the size of their body, practically. Just like it's practically a king size, you know? What terrible little individuals these two are. They're great.
They're awful. I love them.